Hi, I'm Heather Brewer. I'm the author of the Chronicles of Vladimir Tod series, and I'm thrilled to introduce you to my new spin-off series, the Slayer Chronicles. I never wanted fans. I wanted minions, and now I have them. Collectively, they're known as the Minion Horde. Now, my minions are very creative tweens and teens. They're unusual, and while the world might not necessarily think that they fit in there, they fit in the Horde. They fit in with their Auntie Heather because I understand them. Hannah asks, what happens in the Slayer Chronicles? Well, Hannah, that's a complicated question. I'm assuming that you've already read the Chronicles of Vladimir Tod series. If you haven't, you might not want to listen to this answer because it's kind of a spoiler. The Slayer Chronicles series is going to follow Joss's story. You see, we're going to see how he became a Slayer, all of the trials and tribulations that he was facing during the summers between those school years that we spent with Vlad. So in the first book, we're actually going to see him going through training to become a Slayer. So it's kind of dark and it's kind of gritty, and it's really before Vlad has come into his life. Payman asks, will we see any characters from the Chronicles of Vladimir Tod make a return in the Slayer Chronicles? Actually, yes, we will, and you're going to be very surprised by some of those characters. I really don't want to give away exactly who you're going to see and how much you're going to see of them, but I promise you, starting with the first Slayer Chronicles book, First Kill, you're going to see many, many Vlad Tod characters. Stephanie asks, who would have been your high school crush? Vladimir, Henry, or Joss? Okay, here's the thing. I think the first thing we can do is knock Henry off the list. I mean, Henry's kind of popular, he's really good looking, he's not the guy for me in high school. So obviously it would have been down between Vladimir and Joss. Between Vlad and Joss, that's a hard choice. You see, they're both kind of outcasts, they're both kind of quiet, they're both very creative, and they both have a terrible secret. I think I would have been torn completely between them. Katie asks, what character do you consider yourself most like? What one do you consider yourself least like? Now, if you're talking the Chronicles of Vladimir Tod, as far as the character I consider myself most like, I would say that I am most like Nellie. Nellie is absolutely that mother, that caretaker, that person that is always there for Vlad whenever he needs a voice. I'm least like Diablo, as much as I wish I were like him because he's all evil and stuff, and I wish I were evil, but I'm just not. In perhaps one of the most important questions I've ever been asked, Jacob asks, if it was the zombie apocalypse, what weapon would you use, what book would you take with you, and what one kind of food would you take? Well, as far as a weapon goes, you see, I'm one of those people that when the zombie apocalypse happens, and it's going to happen, I'm going to hide away from other people because inevitably they'll all be turned into zombies. So I would take with me a katana. That way if any zombies got in, I could take care of them pretty quickly. As far as the book I'd take with me, I think it's a pretty obvious choice. The Zombie Survival Guide by Max Brooks is really brilliant. If you haven't read it, look into it. And the food, well, I know that you said that I should break it down to one type of food, but I think there are pretty much two choices. Either it's a giant burrito from Chipotle, or brains. Laurel asks, if you could send a message back in time to your 13-year-old self, what would you say? You know what I would say? I would say, don't believe them. And this is what I'd mean. All of the bullies that told you you were a loser and you'd never amount to anything and nobody likes you and you're fat and you're ugly and you're all of these horrible things, don't believe them because they're all wrong. And minions, that's something I want you to remember. They're wrong and things really do get better. Besides, now you're part of the Horde. Everything's cool.